Hey everyone, and welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 175. If you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, thanks so much for checking out my podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, spinning, and hand-dyeing yarn in Brooklyn, New York, where I'm from. So as always, I'm so excited that you are taking out a little bit of your day to chat about all the crafty things with me. And if you are a returning viewer, you might notice something just a little bit different. I am using a new microphone. I decided to give my podcast a Christmas gift, if you will, and kind of upgrade the audio. Not that there was anything wrong with my last microphone. My last microphone was a clip-on, and it worked just fine. It was, did the job and everything. But I don't know, I just kind of wanted to up the ante a little bit, just only because I wasn't crazy about being tethered to my iPhone, or if I had a necklace on or something, or I brushed my hair back or something, it would hit the microphone and make a noise. Anyway, I'm trying out something new. I'm not even sure that it's the most appropriate microphone for the podcast. I think it's more suited, now that I'm actually using it, I think it's more suited for an audio podcast, but we will see. I'm just taking it for a test run, and we'll see how it goes. But in case you're curious, I am using a blue Spark microphone. It's pretty high tech. It got a lot of great reviews on Amazon, and yeah, it's my new toy. So I will post a photo of it here in case you're curious about it. But anyway, I've got an episode for you guys. I have lots to talk about, lots of knitting and stuff. So anyway, So first thing, I guess I'll go into. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to mention, in case you're totally thrown off, is last week I had a Christmas tree behind me, and now it's not there. Well, what happened was I had ordered a Christmas tree, a bigger Christmas tree for our living room, and we had a holiday party over the past weekend, and the Christmas tree did not show up in time. It's still not here. I don't know where it is. The mail has just been seriously slow the past couple of weeks. But anyway, as a backup, I brought down my mini office Christmas tree downstairs into our living room, and we've just been enjoying it. So I didn't move it back up here because it's in the living room and it looks nice there. So, and even if the new tree does come, I think we're just going to leave it in the box, because it really doesn't make sense for us to set up this big tree and decorate it when we're not even going to be home to enjoy it, because as you know, we are going on vacation for Christmas. So anyway, just thought I'd mention that in case you were confused. Anyway, but, and the other thing, if you were watching, the little lights on the bottom, the pink Christmas lights just decided to stop working midway through the episode. I had purchased them on the cheap at a 99-cent store because they were pink and I thought they were adorable, but you get what you pay for. And they just so happened to blow out while I was recording. So anyway, on to the knitting. So I have a finished object. I finished Dennis's holiday socks, and these are knit out of Skein Yarns top drawer sock in the Savannah colorway. And I do not have these on sock blockers because the sock blockers that I have are sized for myself, and they were pretty much just swimming around on there all wibbly wobbly. So I was like, there's no point in me blocking them on sock blockers. So I blocked them without, and yeah, he loves them. He absolutely loves these socks. I don't think I've ever seen him more excited about getting socks after, he saw me knitting on these, because they are incredibly soft. And if you've never knit with Skein Yarns, her top drawer sock base, oh my gosh, it is so incredibly soft. Which is surprising for a superwash nylon blend. I believe it's 85% superwash merino, and the rest is all nylon, and it's a 4-ply. So, but yeah, and it's in the Savannah colorway. I don't know if I mentioned that, but anyway, so yeah, he really loves these. He thinks they're incredibly soft, and he cannot wait to wear them. I would not let him wear them until I showed you guys on the episode. So these are done, and they're just a simple cuff down, fish lips kiss heel, and a Kitchener stitch toe. And what else did I want to say about these? Someone was actually asking me in the thread about a fish lips kiss heel. Like, what is the difference between that and a regular reinforced heel? And obviously with a reinforced heel, you are giving your heel that extra thickness. So it, will obviously probably last longer if you give your socks a lot of love, like a lot of wear and tear. If you like hiking and walking, that reinforced heel flap will probably last a lot longer than probably say, a single layer of stockinette, which is the fish lips kiss heel. So yeah, I mean, all the fish lips kiss heel is a bunch of short rows that are increased and then decreased. And I don't know if you can see it. It would probably be more visible if I were to show you on a solid or shaded solid colorway. But yeah, the thing that I like about these, not only are they fun to knit, they definitely have a different shaping. Like, they cup your heel. The fit is just wonderful. That's what I really like about it. And I don't know, I don't have a favorite. I just kind of like alternating. Lately, I find that I like alternating between the fish lips kiss heel and the reinforced heel flap. So, if I get tired of one, I can just switch on over to the other one. But yeah, so these were really fun to knit, and I think I might be investing in a pair of sock blockers just for Dennis, because yeah, boy needs some nice socks every now and then, and I would like to be able to block them. So anyway, and photograph them too. It's all cosmetic, So yeah, that is off the needles. And another thing, my brother-in-law finally sent me photos of my nephew wearing the hat that I knit for him on Thanksgiving. It was the Barley Hat by Tin Can Knits, a free pattern, and I knit it using Jinx Yarns merino worsted in her fantasy colorway, and gave him the hat. I finished it in 2 days. It was a free pattern, super easy, quick, cute knit, whatever. I gave it to him and he loved it. Never got a photo of it, but thankfully my brother and sister-in-law came through. They emailed me some photos, so I will be showing them here so you can see them. But yeah, yay! I'm so excited that they did that, and I can share those photos with you. So he said it's totally cool if I share them. So yay, awesome. Okay, so moving along, I have some other stuff that's still on the needles. So living in my homespun house project bag is my ever-growing project bag by Homespun House is my stonecutter pullover that is a pattern by Michelle Wong, and I am co-hosting a knit along with Laura from the Fawn Knits podcast. And also, if you decide to join in our knit along, you can also triple dip into Kemper, the Junk Yarn podcast. Kemper is hosting a cable along, so you can also double dip into her knit along to enter to win some prizes. So yay, it's so much fun. So okay, if you've been keeping up with me, I finished the back panel of the sweater, and now I'm on the front panel of the sweater, or pullover or jumper, whatever you like to call it. I like calling it a pullover. I don't know why I just called it a sweater, but anyway. So, and this is being knit using Quince & Co.'s Lark base in the Damson colorway, which is this really lovely, almost purplish slate. Charcoal gray, I would say. So, and it's 100% worsted, 100% worsted merino 4-ply. And I've been doing a little bit every day, just maybe like 6 to 12 rows, and I've been getting it done. I find that is really keeping me going, just doing it in little increments every day, or little blocks. Excuse me. And I'm now at the point where I get to start decreasing the armholes. So, hey, I think I might just have this done before we go away on vacation, and that's the goal. So, fingers crossed. What else did I want to say about this? And the one setback that I did have this week was that there's like a setup chart that you knit to knit this really cool, almost peplum, but in the description it says it has like a peplum effect. I don't see it, but anyway, I get what she's saying, where it has like a slant or a diagonal, and it definitely does not flounce out. So, but anyway, the setup chart includes like, you know, the decreasing or the shaping of the peplum slant right here. And then once you're done with that, you're supposed to go on to the main body part. And I had knit way too far. I think because I cut out the chart so I wouldn't get confused, but I ended up getting confused anyway. And I knit maybe about 3 inches past where I was supposed to switch over to, what is it, chart D, if you're knitting along. But yeah, so I had to rip back about 3 inches, which is, I believe, is about like 11 or 12 rows. Not terrible. So, you know, it's just a lot of work. But anyway, yeah, just a minor setback, but it's all good. That just means I have more yarn to finish it. So yay, awesome. And these are being knit on my carbons, my interchangeable US size 8s, which I do not know because it rubbed off with the yarn millimeters, and I don't have my needle gauge with me right now. But anyway, US size 8s, loving it, and hopefully it will be done before vacation. Okay, so that's that. And then on a whim, I just cast on, because as you know, I had cast on a pair of mittens for Dennis, and they were too big. I tried to do my own sizing, and it just didn't happen. So I frogged them. I lost steam on them. So those, the pattern was 34th and 8th by Spilly Jane, and those will just be cast on another day. I don't know. I've just lost steam on them for now. But on a whim, I decided to cast on another pair of mittens with the intention of knitting them for Dennis. But I don't think they're going to fit him either. So it's been a while since I knit a pair of mittens, guys. Give me a break. But anyway, it's another pattern by Tin Can Knits, and I believe I'm currently on a Tin Can Knits kick right now, apparently. But anyway, these are the Grayling mittens, not a free pattern by Tin Can Knits, and I'm using, the pattern actually calls for sport weight yarn, which I do not have, but I did recall that I had some Epsiode yarn, which is a very light fingering weight merino alpaca, 50% merino alpaca, 50% merino, 50% alpaca. And I decided to knit knit the mittens holding two skeins together, 2 strands together. And I believe it looks like a relatively sport weight yarn that it creates. But even though I'm knitting the large on a size US 2, it's still knitting up quite snug. They fit me fine, but I'm sure like if I block them out, they'll expand a little bit. But, you know, worst case scenario, they don't fit Dennis, I will be more than happy to adopt them because I really, 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 really love the way these are knitting up. And they're so warm and so cozy. The yarn is absolutely beautiful, and I need a new pair of mittens. But, you know, very simple, like mock stitch slip cabling, if that's what you call it. But it's very autopilot, and I've just been really enjoying, you know, knitting on these intermittently between knitting on, you know, Dennis's socks and my sweater. So, yay! So yeah, very excited about these. So that is pretty much it for what's on and off my needles this week. As for spinning, no spinning to really speak of this week, sadly, again. But I do have some really awesome news. If you recall, the Snyder spindle that I purchased at Rhinebeck, the one with the narwhals, I had a little whoopsie daisies with that. I was spinning it, and the spindle wasn't even like, it was, I would say, like no more than a foot off the ground, and the single that I was spinning split and the spindle fell to the ground and one of the arms had chipped, and I was really sad about that. So I decided to just on a whim, just contact Scott Snyder. He has an Etsy shop, and see what he would have to say, like any advice he would have to give on repairing it or, you know, what have you. And he was so wonderful. He just said, you know, just ship me the yarn back and I will send you a new one. And I was like, wow, okay. So I did that, and in less than, I would say, 4 weeks. So yay, the narwhal Turkish spindle lives, and I cannot be more excited to have it back again because, yeah, it spins so wonderfully. And I was so sad when it chipped off. Like, it was just this piece right here. And he signed the bottom again for me. But this time using some pretty snazzy metallic marker. Yeah. So anyway, the customer service was just wonderful. So I highly recommend his spindles because they do spin. They're very well balanced and they spin wonderfully. And I cannot wait to get some fiber on this puppy. Granted, I still have a lot of fiber on all my other spinning puppies that have to come off the wheel and the spindles. So anyway, I'm excited to have my narwhals back. Anyway, okay. So that's it for spinning this week. I have some fiber coming. I ordered it maybe 3 weeks ago from Hobbledehoy. I ordered some batlings, but because it's the holidays, she shipped it out super quick, but the post office has just not been on their game. I know it's the holidays and delays are expected, but it's been like 3 weeks already and it's sitting in a Brooklyn post office somewhere. I think I have to give them a call at some point today. So, but anyway, that's on its way. But what else? I wanted to mention the ornamentalong. I finally started a thread in, I know I'm jumping topics here, but anyway, I started a thread in the YarnGasm Ravelry group. So if you are looking to knit some ornaments in the month of December and want to enter the, join the CAL, I am going to keep the CAL thread open for the whole month of December and close it on January 1st. And draw for a prize. I haven't decided on the prize yet, but just a little Christmas thank you to all my viewers, just for being you and being awesome and sticking with me. So just, a little holiday something for me. I've just been I did not have any time this week to knit ornaments, but I really enjoy poking in the thread and just scrolling through all your really adorable ornaments. And someone knit a starfish. I need to knit a starfish to keep my knitted seahorse company. That was just really awesome. So anyway, join in. I will post a link to that in the show notes. Okay, so on to yarn acquisitions. I do not have any new yarn, but I do have some new tools. As you know, I actually purchased some new needles for my Cozy Memories blanket. I just wanted some designated needles for that because I did actually lose the Knit Picks Caspian needles that I was using. I was using US size 4, was it? Yeah, no, a US size 4 for that blanket, and then they disappeared. I packed them in my bag on our way out while we were heading out on Thanksgiving, and I think they fell out of my bag because they weren't all the way in the bag. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to just invest in some nice needles for this project because it's going to be a long project. I don't see any end to it anytime soon. So I purchased from I did a Jimmy Beans wool. I just ordered some stuff from them, and I got Knitter's Pride carbons, 16-inch, 40, which is a 40 centimeter length circular, and US size 4, 3.5 millimeter needles. They're still in the package because I did not work on my Cozy Memories blanket this week, which is sad. But anyway, these are them. And I also got a size 16-inch because I may want to knit a hat at some point that calls for size 4s. Anyway, planning ahead, guys. So, and then because Dennis and I are going to Italy come Christmas, I wanted to stock up on some wooden DPNs because I find those don't get taken away as often as other needles do when you travel abroad. Wooden DPNs. They fit in your wallet. They're not out. They're just, discreet and wooden, and they don't get caught by a metal detector. So I had purchased these needles that I've been wanting to try for quite some time, and I cast on a new sock, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, I had purchased some. Where did the other needle go? I think it's in, I don't know where it went. I think it's in my tin thing. But anyway, I purchased some US size 1.5 DPNs in the Cubics, Knitter's Pride. And I've heard such great things about the Cubics. They're so small you can't even see them. This is the best that you'll probably be able to see them. But anyway, they have like a square shaft. And they're wood. So I have to read up on what the you know, the theory is behind knitting with cubics. Maybe the grip, or I don't know, but I think some people find them more comfortable to knit with and they have more traction or what have you. But anyway, I don't know. I've been knitting with them on these, and again, I'm not a huge fan of knitting on DPNs to begin with, but they're warm. They're warm in my hands when I knit with them, and they knit just like any other DPN that I've ever knit with. So I guess it's all preference. I don't know. They don't really wow me or anything like that, but I'm glad to have them for when I travel. So yes. And I just cast on, I didn't even write it down in my show notes, but I will probably talk about it next week, because I'm not going to be finishing them on this yarn, because I don't like the way they're knitting up, actually. It's this is O-Wool. This is O-Wool O-Wash fingering weight. It's a 2-ply, and I'm knitting, it's a very lacy pattern, and I don't know, I'm not crazy about the 2-ply with the lace pattern. I think I might opt for like a 4-ply, finer fingering weight yarn, because yeah, anyway, that's that. And then the other thing, I'll talk more about it next time, don't worry. But yes, I also treated myself to some sock blockers, new ones, because I've heard such great things about these. These are the Bryspun, Bryspun, stainless steel sock blockers. Sorry about that. But apparently when you use these, they, if you wear hand knit socks a lot and you want to wash them, they will dry a lot quicker, whereas if you were to block them on wooden sock blockers per se. And these are a size medium. So I'm thinking about getting the larger size for Dennis. So just, if he has a pair of hand knit socks that he wore, he can just, he or I could just hand wash them and pop them on here, and they'll be dry a lot quicker. So anyway, so yay, I finally have some metal sock blockers. Only knitters get excited about this type of thing. It's anyone else, it's like, why do you have wire hangers that look like socks? It brings so much joy. I don't know. I can't explain it to you muggles. Anyway, all right. It's been a long week. It's been quite a long week, guys. But anyway, okay. So that is it for my stash enhancements this week. As for sewing, I did a little bit of sewing this week, mainly for Dennis. See, I'm making him all the things for the holidays. I'm not exactly pleased with these, and I'm actually not even done with them yet, because I have quite a bit of seam ripping to do on these. But I'm very pleased with for the most part, I'm very pleased with the way these are turning out. But I decided to knit Dennis, I decided to sew Dennis a pair of boxers to include with his other holiday gifts. So yeah, I found this pattern. Here's what they look like. So okay. Just ignore this part because it's not going to look like this when I give it to him. But I got this really cool plaid flannel from fabric.com. And I found this pattern from, what is it called? Hello. What are you called? They're men's and boys boxer shorts from, oh, goodness, did I not even write that down? I will post it in the down bar, but anyway, I believe it's a French or Canadian website. The main instructions are in French, but they also have like the English translation, and very intuitive directions. Found it very easy to follow. It's just my pure love and joy of installing a elastic waistband into things. But you guys, it's a buttonhole. I installed my first buttonhole, and I could not be more excited about a buttonhole. And then there's always one's first excursion into sewing a crotch. But anyway, that was a little awkward for me. Or, I don't know, just, I've never sewn a crotch before, but there you go. Yeah, sorry, I digress. But yeah, so otherwise, after I'm done seam ripping this whole elastic waistband out of here, I'm just going to cut it because it was way too wide. It just needed to be a smidge shorter than it actually was, and just reinstall it. And then I just have to hem the legs. So there you have it. So yeah, very excited about that. I've never sewn a pair of boxer shorts before, mainly just skirts and dresses. So yay, awesome. And then I purchased a bunch of fabric, which I'll talk about in Shop Update, for project bag stuff and what have you. But I also, I forgot to take it down. I purchased some jersey fabric that I want to sew a wrap dress with. Let me go get it. Okay, so I purchased some jersey fabric from from fabric.com, and it's this really cool kind of heathery gray slub, which I love. It almost reminds, I have this t-shirt that I purchased from American Apparel years ago, and I still have it. I wear it all the time. It's held up so well. And this is pretty much, if I had to guess, it's very identical to that. It's just like it was a V-neck t-shirt, very simple. And I was just like, I would love to have a wrap dress in that fabric. So I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, it's just kind of, it's really cool. And I found this pattern by sewoverit.com. I believe it's a UK website, and they have a PDF pattern. So the pattern is exactly what I'm looking for, but the only thing is the measure. I'm going to have to do a little bit of math with it, because the bust, while the finished measurements for the bust is perfect for me, the waist size isn't. The bust that I'm looking for is a size 32, and then my size waist is a 26, and the pattern says that the bust is a size 32, perfect, but the waist is a size 30. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little modification there, or a little, math, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not at all. But anyway, very excited about it. And I believe it was Mina from the Knitting Expat podcast, when she came into town last time we were hanging out at Gauge Intention. I was talking about this project, and she had mentioned that, you have to use a ballpoint needle when you're sewing with jersey. So I have those. Those came in the mail, and very excited to get a start on it. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this week. Probably not, because I'm up to my ears in dyeing yarn for the trunk show, but maybe after, maybe before vacation, I will put a dent in that or get a start on that. But yeah, otherwise, that is it for sewing. I am going to move along to Ask Away, because we do have a question. And this piano girl on Ravelry asks, I've heard about many podcasters, including you, talk about frogging or ripping back a project. I was curious to see if there's a proper way to do this. That is a really good question, actually. And when I read it, I'm like, when you frog, you just frog. But no. There are some things that you should consider doing when you frog a project. If you're frogging something completely, you want to preserve the yarn. If you know that you're not going to use the yarn again right away, what you can do is hook it up, like get the yarn ready so it's ready to just rip, and then hook it up to your ball winder and just, cake it up again. So you could cake it up again and leave it in the cake if you know you're just going to start over again. Or if you want to just put it back into your stash and wait for another rainy day to cast it on again, take that skein, that recaked yarn, and if you have a Nitty Notty or a reskeiner, or something like a chair, put it back into a skein to preserve that, the shape of the yarn. And once it's in that skein, you want to soak it to just kind of relax the fibers. And then once it's all dry and everything, you can just twist it back into a hank or a skein and put it back on your shelf for another day. And that's definitely something that I would do. And then what else? I'm trying to think. When it comes to, if you're working with lace particularly, what I like to do if I have to rip back lace, which can be incredibly tedious, I like to rip back, especially if you don't have a lifeline, rip back like one row before the one where you have to pick up all the stitches again, and then get a needle size that's, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 sizes smaller than the needles you were using to pick up all those stitches, because it is a finer needle. It will have an easier way of getting into the loops, and as if that makes any sense, and tink back one stitch at a time, or every, sometimes you can go a little quicker, maybe like three or four stitches every time, and then pick them up with the needle, 3 or 4 stitches, pick them up with the needle. And I would not even worry about getting the needles and the stitches in the right orientation when you pick them up on the needles, because at this point you're just trying to salvage the stitch. You don't want to risk it falling down a couple of rows. You want to just get it on the needle, because when it comes time to knit that stitch again, if it's twisted, no problem, just knit through the back loop, and that's it, and your stitch will be oriented correctly on the right needle, when you're knitting it off from the left. So again, like if you come across, like after all your stitches are back on the needles and you're ready to knit again, and you're knitting and you come across a twisted stitch that you picked up again, just knit through the back loop. So yeah, and otherwise I think that is all the advice I have on that subject. But yeah, I definitely save your yarn, recake it, reskein it, and make it last. So, and even if you don't love that yarn, maybe somebody else who might want to use it, or it would be perfect for. So instead of just giving it to them in a cake form, you can present it to them in this nice brand new looking skein. Yeah. So, and if you have any suggestions, please by all means leave a drop us a line in the YarnGasm Ravelry group for this episode. I'd love to hear your suggestions. So yeah, awesome question. And so that is pretty much it for this week. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to shop update and blather. So if you are not interested, happy knitting. I will see you next time. But stick around, because I am having a trunk show this weekend. If you're going to be in New York City or the area, I'm having it at Gauge and Tension as usual. It's going to be Saturday the 12th and Sunday the 13th. I will be there. I will have so many colorways. I've literally been dying like a mad woman all week, but it is well worth it. So I'm very excited. But what else was I going to say? Yeah, so no shop update this week. No, instead the shop update will be the post trunk show update on this coming this coming Monday, which is the 14th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever doesn't sell at the trunk show will go into the shop that Monday. But yeah, I have living in my new basket that my mother-in-law sent to me for Hanukkah. Thank you so much, Carol. This is awesome. I think she got this at Rhinebeck and just didn't show it to me. But anyway, these are really great for, just holding yarns and whips, and I don't know, I love them. So I have like 10 of them now. But no, I love this thing. But I thought I would keep, the yarn that I have to show. That I'm going to keep it over here so it doesn't topple over. All right. So I will, of course, have all my holiday colorways on hand in the shop. This is Holly Jolly. I will have it. Oh, and I should probably mention that I will have 3 bases. I'm going to have Blitzed, which is my Stellina base, Superwash Stellina nylon, and then I will also have Volca, which is merino nylon cashmere, and then I'll have my Smitten DK base. So just 3 this time around. But yes, I will have Holly Jolly. I will have Special Snowflake. I will also have Deck the Halls. So these are the 3 holiday colorways that I'll have. And then I will also have Jilted Rose. I will have Poe. So these are all the neutrals that I will have in the shop. And then I will also have Tega, which is a new colorway. It's very similar to Jilted Rose, but it's more brown. I don't know if you can see. It's like brown with purple undertones to it. And then I will also have Black Pearl. So, oops, you can see. I already tagged them, so that's why there are all these tags swapping around. But yeah, here's Black. This is my new favorite one that I have. It's just so cool. I don't know, but yeah. So that will be there. Then, but wait, there's more. I will have Octopus Garden. I will, of course, have some Outlander. And this is it on my Smitten DK base, which is a merino nylon cashmere as well. Then I will have Coarse Fairy Hair. And then I will also have Stellar Banshee. So I've been really And then I haven't dyed them yet, but I will be dyeing them today. I will have Mexican hot chocolate. I will have Gashly Crumb. Sorry, brain fart. And I will also have Enjoy the Silence and another one, which I'm totally blanking on. Is it Pandora? It might be Pandora. But no promises. But anyway, those, yeah, I still have a lot of work to do, but just to give you an idea of what I will have. Hope you can make it. I really look forward to hanging out with you and meeting you in person as always. And yeah, yay, trunk show. I love Gauge Intention. So there's that. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that the last shop update of 2015 will be on, the one after the trunk show update will be on Monday, December 21st, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be it for the year. And then the next update will be after I return from vacation in January. So I will leave the shop open. The shop will be open if, you know, there's anything you want to purchase. Just know that I will be away, and it most likely will not ship until I return after January 4th or 5th. So, or yeah, they won't ship until the 4th or the 5th, which is a Monday or a Tuesday. So anyway, just FYI, and yeah, I think that is it. Otherwise, blather, I think, yeah, Dennis and I had a holiday party this past weekend, our first official party at our new house, and it was so lovely. We had a really nice time. A bunch of our friends came over. We had finger food. We had a U-log playing on the TV. There are like so many U-logs out there now, as far as, just, because if you don't have a real fireplace, like, they're just turn to YouTube or the internet, and they're just all these like 45-minute blocks of a fireplace, and they all have like different ones. I know Outlander has their own U-log video that you can like stream from your iPhone or iPad to your TV if you have Apple TV or something, but that's what we were doing. We had Outlander. There was I can never remember the guy's name, but he's from Parks and Recreation, which was really funny. He's just sitting there staring at you. Dana from Dana Doodle Knits, she was over and she told us about it, which, by the way, jumping topics again, Dana of Dana Doodle Knits has her own vlog now, which I think may turn into a podcast. She says it's a vlog. Her episodes are very short. She does it once a week, but it's hilarious. Guys, Dana, if you're watching this, you need to just do the podcast thing, because you are funny, you are awesome and talented and everything, and yeah, you need a full-length podcast. But yeah, it's definitely check her out. I will link to her in the show notes. But yeah, Dana came over and told us about this one U-log where the guy just sits in a chair drinking his whiskey and just staring at you by a fireplace. So technically you're not drinking alone. Just gives you, a sense of peace of mind if you should be doing so. But anyway, there was that, and then there was the little bub one. I should post links to these in the show notes as well, because yeah, if you are having a holiday or you just want a holiday-esque effect in your home, these will do the job. They are pretty funny. But yeah, there's the little bub, the dog with the little tongue sticking out. Yeah, they're just super fun. Anyway, so that was that, and then yeah, otherwise that's pretty much it. I've just been super busy dyeing yarn every day, trying to stay sane with a little knitting here and there, but otherwise it's just been work. And I think the week, like, I'm gonna ship out all my orders from the shop update, and then after that's done, I'm not gonna do anything. I just want a couple of days before we go away on vacation just to chill, get some knitting in, because I know once we're on vacation we're gonna have a blast, but it's gonna be a lot of walking around and a lot of sightseeing, and I just want a couple of days of quiet, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait. So yeah, anyway, I will definitely get another podcast out before we go, at least one, or two, we'll see. And I don't know if I'm gonna podcast from Italy. Maybe, we'll see, no promises, but if anything, I will take lots of video and share them with you when I do return, just show you guys what we saw. And otherwise, that's it. Happy knitting, and I will see you next time. Bye. La, 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 la.